Good morning, student. Myself Niranjan Kumar, and this is the second day of a smart class, sorry, online class. In this period, we will study about metals and non-metals. This is the fourth chapter of science, and in this period, we will discuss briefly in some points and later we will discuss about them. In this chapter, actually this chapter is also in class 10, so it is very important chapter and many questions are also asked in different competition. In this chapter we will discuss some points like sources of metals and non-metals, physical properties of metals and non-metals, chemical properties of metals and non-metals, and uses of metals and non-metals. At first, we know that till now 118 elements are discovered. Out of them, 19 are natural occurring, while rest 28 are man-made. And these 118 elements are used to make or all the things that are present on the earth or universe are made of these 118 elements. So some elements are natural occurring or some are man-made. 19 are natural occurring and rest 28 are man-made. Elements are classified further into two groups, metals and non-metals, and some 7 elements are metallites. They have both metals and non-metal properties. In this period, at first we discuss about the sources of metals and non-metals. So metals are mostly found in the crust in deep inside the earth, and most of the metals we found from the inside the earth, while non-metals are found inside the earth. Some are in the atmosphere and some are soluble, so non-metals are found in different sources. And metals are also in both conditions, that means they are found in combined state or in free state. Some metals that are less reactive are found in free state. They are also known as noble metals, while most of the metals that are reactive metals are found in combined states. That means they are found in the earth, inside the earth, in combined state. Many types of impurities are present in the metals, and the metals are extracted from them. That is are called ores. That means metals are extracted from ores from the earth, like iron, aluminium. Iron is extracted from hematite, aluminium is from the bauxite, so on. So metals are mostly found from the crust. Now second is the physical properties of metals. Physical properties of metals and non-metals. There are some physical properties like states, luster, malleability, ductility, hardness, conductivity, sonority, tensile strength, melting and boiling point, density. At first, we will discuss the relation or differences between metals and non-metals according to physical properties. Physical properties, we can see them, their physical states, we can identify them by their physical properties. At first, states. So metals are mostly found in solid state. One exception is the mercury. Mercury is metal, but it is found in liquid state at room temperature. Rest of the metals are in solid states, while non-metals are found in all three states. One non-metal, that is bromine, is in liquid state, while 11 are in gaseous state and rest are in solid state. So these are the differences. Metals, metals are in solid states while non-metals are found in all three states. Exception is mercury, that is found in liquid state. While bromine is a non-metal that is found in liquid state, 11 are in gaseous state and rest are in solid state. Second property is luster. Luster means shining appearance. So metals have shining appearance, they have a particular color, they can be identified by seeing them according to their color, while non-metals have mostly a dull appearance, they do not have colors. Some exception is like iodine, sulfur are have a specific color. Third one is malleability. Malleability means the property that any substances can be made into thin sheet. So metals are malleable. That means metals can be made into thin sheet by striking, by hammering it. As for example, we can make iron, aluminium, gold, silver into thin sheet by striking them. But some metals like sodium and potassium are soft, so they are not so malleable. While gold, silver are highly malleable, they can be made into very thin sheet. While non-metals are not malleable, they cannot be made into thin sheet, they are brittle, they can break down on hammering. So metals are malleable while non-metals are not malleable. Third one is malleable, and next one is ductility. Ductility means the property in which any substances can be drawn into wire. So metals are ductile, that means metal can be made into very thin wire. So metals are ductile, they can be drawn into wire, while non-metals are not ductile. That means non-metal cannot be made into wires. So metals are ductile and non-metals are not ductile. Next one is hardness. Hardness, so metals are hard. Metals are hard and non-metals are soft. But there are some exceptions like metals. Exception is that sodium, potassium, lithium are soft metals. They are not hard. In non-metals, exception is diamond. Diamond is non-metal. It is formed from carbon and it is known as the hardest substance. That means diamond is exception. It is allotrope of carbon, that is known as the hardest substance. So non-metals that are soft, but diamond exception. It is a non-metal. It is allotrope of carbon, but it is hardest substance. While metals are soft, hard, exception is sodium and potassium. So exception is important as many exceptions can be arises in this chapter and all are important, all are asked in different competitions. Next one is that conductivity. Conductivity means there are two types of conductor. That means electricity and heat. So metals are highly conductor. Metals are conductor. Of heat and electricity. While non-metals are so metals are conductor of heat and electricity. Non-metals are insulator or poor conductor of heat and electricity. That means metal has ability to flow, to transfer electricity and heat, while non-metals cannot flow, cannot allow the heat or electricity to transfer from one point to another point. But there are some exceptions like graphite. Graphite is allotrope of carbon. It is good conductor of electricity. In metals, silver is the best conductor of electricity, and other are also like copper is also good conductor, while some metals are poor conductor, but they are conductor. So metals can easily flow the electricity and heat from one point to other, and non-metals except graphite, that is a allotrope of carbon, which is a poor conductor of electricity and heat. Next one is sonority. Sonority means producing sound on striking. So metals are sonorous, that means metal produce sound on striking, while non-metals are not non-sonorous, that means non-metal cannot produce sound on striking. So according to sonority, metals are sonorous, they can produce sound on striking, while non-metals are not sonorous, they do not produce sound on striking. Next one is tensile strength. Tensile strength, that means ability to hold, to bear the mass or weight. So metals are high tensile, that means metal can hold a large masses, while non-metals are less tensile strength, they cannot bear, they cannot hold more amount of mass or weight. Next one is melting and boiling point. That means the temperature needed to melt the substances. So metals need a high amount of temperature to melt or boil. That means metals have high melting and boiling point, while non-metals have low melting and boiling point. Next, last one is density. Density means mass per in volume. That means metals have high density, they have more masses in per unit volume than comparison with non-metals. That means metals have high density while non-metals have low density. And one more activity to prove that metals are good conductor of electricity, good conductor of heat. This activity shows that metals is good conductor of heat. In this activity, we need a iron rod or any other metallic rod, a stand, some nails or pins, burner, to prove metals is good conductor of heat. At first, we fixed a iron rod with a stand and some nails or some pins are taken that are fixed with the help of wax with the rod. Then we heat the rod at any point for some time. After some time, we can see that the nails will fall one by one. So this nail will fall one by one due to heat. It transfers to the nail from one point to other point through the iron rod, and this will prove that the heat is transferred from one point to another point through the iron rod. So this activity proves that metals are good conductor of heat, and this can also be proved that metals are good conductor of electricity. In a conductor, in a wire, we can see that electricity is transferred from switch to lights to fan or to any other electrical equipment that run with the help of electricity. So we can prove it by activity, as we made a conductor. In this conductor, a switch is used, a bulb is used, and this is a wire. When we switch on, we can see that the bulb will glow. This will glow only when we switch on, and after we disconnect it, we can see that the bulb will not glow. That means the bulb will stop glowing after disconnecting the switch. So bulb will glow when the current will transfer from one point to another, and we also need a switch. So through any source of electricity is transferred from the conductor, we can see that the bulb will start glowing. So this bulb will start glowing due to flowing of current from one point to another point. So this activity is proof that metals are good conductor of electricity. Other exceptional means some are exceptional in the physical property, like asteroids. As we discussed that Mercury is in liquid state, but it is metals, and rest of the metals are in solid state. And in non-metals, bromine is in liquid state, 11 are in gases and other are in solid. Same is hardness. Metals are hard, but there is some exception. Sodium and potassium are metal, but they are soft. In other sides, non-metals are soft, but there are some exceptions. Diamond, that is a drop of carbon, which is known as the hardest substance. Ductility, that means lustrous. Non-metals are dull appearance, but there are some exceptions. Iodine, sulfur are non-metal, but they are some shiny appearance. Hardness, metals are hard, but some non-metals like sodium and potassium are soft metals, and non-metals are soft, but there is some exception. Diamond is soft. Conductivity, metals are good conductor. Silver is the best conductor of electricity. Non-metals are poor conductor or insulator, but it is graphite, which is a non-metal, and it is a good conductor. Tensile strength, metals have high tensile strength, but some like sodium and potassium, which has not high tensile strength. Same is melting and boiling point. Metals have high melting and boiling point, while non-metals have low melting and boiling point. Exception is diamond. So there are some exceptions which can be seen in the physical properties of metal and non-metals.